And the worst part about this electric car is I don't stop at a gas station no more and I can't get my snacks, man. Maybe a good thing. I won't be eating them little cakes, spending $20 every day on gas station food. Electric.
Worst decision I've ever made in my life. And I've made some bad decisions.
I gotta keep it real. I think I'm over this EV shit. I just got off work. Been at work since 5 this morning. Well, 6 this morning. I have to now detour to charge this dumb shit. I'm stuck here. And look how much cars are waiting to charge. Why is there not more charging stations, dude? And I'm stuck here because I don't have enough battery to get home. And the car takes forever to fucking charge. And I have other things to do. It's already 3:09. I have to go to physical therapy by 5 o'clock. This does not work. It just doesn't work. Like, I'm actually very annoyed. And the strangest part is when I had my Nissan Leaf with less range and a smaller battery, there was never one time I had to detour while going home from work to charge the fucking car. This fucking sucks. Don't get me wrong, there's things that is cool about the Chevy or whatever, but this right here fucking sucks. It sucks bad.
A lot of people are saying no to EVs or regretting their decisions of buying an EV because now we have extreme weather conditions in some parts of the United States and people are starting to realize how inconvenient having an EV could be. Sometimes they're waiting at the charging station for 2-3 hours just for an empty spot. And when it gets to them charging, they're gonna find out that in this extreme cold, it's gonna take them 3 hours to get a full charge. And it's gonna be like $30. 3 hours is a lot to just be sitting in a car, and $30 isn't even that much cheaper than gas anymore. So what is the point? Because one of the main attractions to a lot of people buying an EV is that they could potentially save a lot of money in the long run by not having to get gas. But now, have you seen how much more expensive supercharging has become? It's almost like gas. There's a lot of other problems with EV people are complaining about, like their batteries just don't hold up. So in extreme weathers like this, the battery just absolutely gets drained. And if something happens, their car dies on them, they have to get it towed. They cannot just get a drink of gas like gas cars. This is why so many people are so upset with their EVs and they can't wait to get rid of them and switch back to a gas car. This is the reason you see the price of EVs on the market, it's almost halved.
Am I the only one who's not buying into the whole electric car thing? So I'm getting an electric rental thanks to the douchebag who hit my car and ran last night. And apparently they only have electric vehicles available or go straight up to luxury. You gotta love the marketing scheme there. So I say, okay, let me get the electric vehicle. Oh, well, it only comes at 54% right now. Great. Oh yeah, and by the way, it takes about 1.5 to 6 hours to charge if you have a real charger. And if you're using it on a home charger, it takes up to 5 days. I only have the rental for 4 days. Oh, fuck. It's giving iPhone 1 vibes. I don't know.
What is my regret about being an EV owner? In the next 55 seconds, I will tell you. Recently, my wife and I wanted to attend an event. It was approximately 70 miles one way. And our electric vehicle will get, at best, on a full charge, about 150. And then when you start running air conditioner because it's warm, it's a lot less. So we were thinking of going, but the tickets were 40 pounds per person, total of 80. And then we would have to charge it. And that would be an additional about 50 or 60 pounds to charge it at a charge point. And we did that once before when we went to York Park and Ride to visit York. However, when we returned that night, it didn't fully charge and we lost access to the car and having to call our dealership to fix it. So the biggest regret I have is the fact that EVs limit your ability to do things because of the charge.
EVs are not taking over. EVs have been pushed by government with tax credits and subsidies all this time, and without those, they would have been down the drain a long time ago. The sales are going down. Car companies are canceling new EVs all over the place. Just look at what's going on. resale prices are down the drain because nobody wants to buy a used battery, because that's what EV is really. It's just a giant battery that you sit on and you drive, and the batteries are degrading all the time and they're not good. So EVs are crap and they're not gonna make it. It's over.
If you've ever wanted an electric car, don't get one. My sister decides to take my car today because, oh, she can't make it to where she needs to go with the amount of battery that's left on the car. So she's like, here, brother, you can take my car since you have so much time. You can go and charge it and take care of it for me. Me being a good brother, I'm like, whatever, that's fine. I'll take it. I'll go charge it. Just to find out, not only is it Black Friday, my Walmart's fucking packed. There's like 17 electric cars waiting for these 4 chargers in the entire country, basically, that I can use within a fucking 100-mile radius. Waiting 30 minutes, pushing my workout to be later, probably gonna be late to work, all because I had to charge this stupid ass car because I literally will get stuck on the side of the road on the way to work if I don't charge it. So, yeah, that's my rant.
Get an e-car, they said. Oh, e-car, it's the new way to drive. Save the planet. Don't get a fucking e-car. I already have zero patience. I'm a very, get shit done kind of person. Of course, I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. I live in LA now, but that's besides the point. Not gonna lie, just got this car, my first e-car, probably about 6 weeks ago. Love the way it drives. It's very fancy. I feel like I'm in a spaceship. Great. What I do not like about this car is I miss being able to pull up to the gas station and it literally takes me 5-6 minutes max to fill up my fucking tank and be on my way. This shit is really getting on my nerves. I purposely woke up at the crack of dawn this morning, okay? It's 8 a.m. specifically to charge my car because I know I need to drive a long distance today. Normally you would think, oh, everybody's gonna be on their way to work at that time or at work already. No, I still have to wait to charge my fucking car. But you don't understand. If you don't have an e-car, let me explain to you. Not only did I get up an hour earlier to come here to charge my car, which takes a half hour to fully charge, okay? So that's a half hour out of my day. But now, because there's only 3 fucking chargers that work in this station, because I'm going to get into that. Half the time you pull up to a station with chargers and they don't fucking work, or only 1 or 2 out of 5 of them work. So now there's 3 cars charging right now. There's 2 cars in front of me. So if you think about it, oh, half hour for each car. There's 2 cars in front of me. Dude, every time I need to charge my car, I have to wait a fucking hour. 45 minutes to an hour just to charge my car. Then I have to sit in my car for a half hour to charge again. So I always have to allot an hour and a half out of my day if I know that I'm going to be charging my car. The only reason I haven't lost my mind is because I don't need to drive long distances every day. But if I was driving from the valley to the west side in LA every day for work, I would be fucking miserable. I'm not okay that I woke up at 6:30 to charge my car and I'm still waiting a fucking hour. Get a hybrid. You want an electric car? Get a hybrid so you have the option to pump your car with gas also. You're not angry like me right now.
This is a PSA for anybody considering getting an electric vehicle. Don't. Just don't. That's all I can say. Dumbest shit I've ever done. Worst decision I've ever made. Be $1,500 a month for a car that I can't drive because I'm never fucking charged. Because this is modern day Hunger Games. This is Hunger Games. You have to wait for 2 hours to get a charge. People are quite literally fighting at chargers. They're always broken. The infrastructure for these cars is non-existent. I would rather pay $200 for a tank of gas than to ever have to waste my time doing what I'm doing right now. I want to file a class action. I think we should all get together and sue these motherfuckers. I'm suing everybody. Suing everybody. Electrify America, ChargePoint, Mercedes, Elon, just because he's weird. Fuck all you guys. Give me gas. Let's go back to the normal times. Don't get an electric vehicle.
Okay, so I made a video about regrets in my Tesla. And some of you thought, well, I didn't have juicy enough regrets. So not much I can do about that, but I'm going to expand on that last video and give you some concrete regrets, if you will. So we just bought a Model Y. My wife got a new long-range Model Y. This is a standard range Model 3. 100%. This was my first electric vehicle, and I did not know really what I was doing. I watched a lot of YouTube videos, which kind of got me into making content about Tesla. I did not even go on a test drive. I watched the videos and I thought, I want a Model 3. And at the time, I was paying less money for my monthly payment because I had a used car, and of course I'm buying a new car, so my payment went up. Long story short, I wish that I did more research. I took a test drive. I wish I bought the Model Y, to be frank. This Model 3 is great, but if you can spot the car seat in the back, it's a little tough to load the kiddo being so low to the ground. That's one thing. Number two, well, I don't regret the standard range Model 3 as far as range goes. The range, I have 235 at maximum, and it's plenty of range for my daily driver. I take it all over the place, literally all over. And I always end with like 90 miles or 100 miles, sometimes 50 miles. It doesn't really matter. I have enough range. The other regret that I have, if you can see here, I have the black seats. My wife got the white seats. My brother has a Model Y with the white seats. They clean so easily. I don't know what Tesla's done, but the material repels liquid, crumbs, anything that my kiddo spills. You just clean it up with a baby wipe, to be honest. So I wish I got the white seats. I do regret not getting the all-wheel drive Model 3, only because, and I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so we get some sun. That's just my Tesla locking itself. But we get a lot of snow. So this car does amazing in the snow, and it's hard to believe since it's a rear-wheel drive. If you get good tires, and I don't even mean winter tires, you can get all-season tires, get good tires. My definition of good, I have the Cross Climates from Michelin. They're awesome. I wish I had the all-wheel drive just for more fun on the road, because hers, the all-wheel drive Model Y, just sticks to the road. So wish I got a Y. Kind of wish I got the all-wheel drive, maybe a faster 0 to 60, and the white seats. What do you think?
Dude, I think I'm gonna sell my Tesla. I got this car in 2020 when I moved back to LA, and I was so scared of getting into a car accident. I was like, I just want a self-driving car. Once the technology is all good, I'm just gonna use it. I'm investing in my safety and my future, and I don't want to leave anything to human error. But no, I'm gonna die, mofos, because Elon Musk is freaking crazy and erratic, and I don't trust this piece of software. This is not a car. This is a piece of software. Like the wheels and crap. Everything is fine, you can replace your wheels, but you're paying. Now my life is determined on every software update, whether there's some bug in it that someone didn't carefully check because Elon Musk is just in a rush and being stupid and erratic. Every time the software updates, you have to relearn where all the buttons are on this touchscreen, so it just feels like I'm playing with the touchscreen every single time I drive and I come home to California. I'm like, oh my gosh, where's the temperature control now?
Can we just talk about how horrible hybrid cars are? Like, they are the absolute worst. I've been seeing all these videos here on TikTok of these guys that are so thankful to be driving hybrid cars, and apparently it gets them 400 or 500 miles of range, and they don't have to wait in line at electric chargers to charge their EVs. Well, that's not a problem for Teslas, because Tesla superchargers are super fast, super reliable, and pretty cheap to use and charge your Tesla car. But back to hybrid cars. It's basically an ICE car, an internal combustion engine car, and it also has a tiny little battery that makes it kind of like an EV for a short period of time before it switches on to the ICE engine. So the amount of problems that can come with this are huge. You basically have anything that can break down with an ICE car and anything that can break down with an EV car all in one car. It's also very inefficient to build, not cost effective, expensive to build, expensive to sell, and expensive to maintain. So hybrid cars are not the best alternative for EVs. If anything, EVs have a lot less moving parts, especially with Teslas. They built it the best way, very, very efficient, very reliable, and they rarely break down like an ICE car does or like a hybrid car does. Another thing is that I saw this study, and I'm going to put it up here because from memory, I'm pretty sure that a hybrid car is 69 times more likely to catch fire than an EV, and an ICE car is 25 more times likely to catch fire than an EV. So EVs are the safest, most reliable cars out there, and hybrids are the absolute worst. Press the plus sign and follow for more.
I'm on about the third week of owning my first all-electric car. I bought this little 2019 Nissan Leaf as an experiment to see whether or not I was down for the whole EV experience. And so far, I've loved it. I love the car. It's super, it handles great, it rides great, it's got lots of torque. I was really surprised by this little car. And I'm going to keep this car a lot longer than I expected to begin with. But I want to talk about the EV experience. And I want to say, I'm an EV enthusiast. I'm not an EV evangelist. So I'm not here to talk anybody into buying an EV. And I think it's hard for people who love, the EV world to share their negative experiences because they're always worried that the trolls are going to pounce on it and be like, oh, that's exactly right. EVs are garbage. And the whole thing is, I don't care. I'll just delete the trolls. But I want to be honest with the people who really are considering buying an EV, so they know what I know. Like, they can benefit from what I've learned. So the most important thing to me that I've been sort of disappointed with has been the range. I bought this car. It has about 124 miles of range because the battery's at about 92% capacity. So if I charge the car to 100%, usually it tells me it has about 120 miles of range. If I'm driving by myself with no heat, no air, and I'm not driving into the wind, I can expect to get about 90% of that range. So if it tells me I have 100 miles, I know I'm going to get about 90. If I'm driving into the wind, however, I'll get 70% of that range. So if it tells me I have 100 miles of range, I expect to get about 70 miles of range driving into the wind. And I know that sounds crazy, but I was not prepared for that. That was a shock to me. And it doesn't sour me on EV, it's just something I've learned. And so that was a big eye-opener for me. And most of the internet tells you shouldn't charge the car to 100% every day. Nissan doesn't say anything about that in the manual. They don't have any warnings about your charging behavior. Well, they say not to charge it on and off all day, but nothing about charging it to 100% or charging it every day. But if you don't charge it to 100%, then you really have 100 miles of range or 98 miles of range. And you can't let it get all the way down to zero. So in a given day, you're going to have, on a 125 mile range car, you're going to have anywhere from 50 to 70 miles of range usually. And that's it's not enough for me. I can work with it because of my driving behavior, but it was a surprise. So if you're looking at an EV, I wouldn't look at anything with less than 300 miles of range on a full charge. 300 miles lets you manage the battery the way you should, and it'll keep you from having range anxiety all the time. But that's my first thought.
This is the journey of me learning how to navigate having an electric car. It's 10 o'clock currently, and it's telling me that my car won't be available until 12:05 in the fucking morning. That's 2 fucking hours from now. I'm only cursing because I'm upset, and I'm having a hard time understanding the value and the convenience of having an electric car. I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
This is a video I've been waiting for, and it's everything about why I regret buying our Tesla. So I did a video recently on things I regret buying, and one of them was my Tesla, and a lot of people asked why I regret buying it. To start us off, there are some pros to having a Tesla. So I really do think it is a great car in terms of how it drives. It drives really nice and smooth. You want to overtake someone, you want to quickly pull out, you put your foot down and it goes. I've never felt more safer trying to overtake someone in the Tesla. When we test drove the car, my first thing was about how comfortable the seats are. So when you're going on long car journeys, they really are so comfortable. The thing is, there's nothing better because obviously it's all controlled by an app, that when you're in bed you can just turn on for the heating, then obviously you get into your car and you've got a lovely warm car. Gone are the days of having to quickly jump outside, put your keys in the ignition, turn it on, go back inside, and then hope for the best that eventually your car will be warmed up. Also, the gimmicks, I'm not gonna lie, the gimmicks are great. Got things like the fart cushion, like when I've got my nieces and nephews in the car, they love the fart cushions. But obviously with it all, there are some things that I find really annoying, and it kind kind of makes me think, are they worth it? Is it really the future? So we have a Tesla Model 3 standard range. We bought it in 2021 and we should get about 240 miles out of our car. However, you'll be so lucky if you get 200 miles. I think the 240 miles, obviously, once you take into consideration maybe like the heating, heated seats, sat nav and all that, it starts to reduce your mileage. And I just find it so annoying that I think you just tell me what my mileage is and work out what the reduction will be. Because of that, obviously, any journey you do, you think, oh, I should have enough charge to get there. Even when it says that you'll have like 10% of your miles left, I guarantee you will not have 10% of your miles left. By the time you get to your end destination, you'll probably literally have 1% of your miles left. You end up having to charge more. And obviously, when you've got long car journeys, it just adds so much unnecessary time to your journey. So what might take an hour and a half could take nearly like 2.5 hours. And everything is the door handles. If you've ever been in a Tesla, one, no one knows how to get out of your car and you have to tell them about pushing the button. And then when you're outside, the door handles are flush to your car. Because of that, if you've got really long nails, if it's like wet, if it's dark, it's so hard, honestly, to like push your hands in. Again, you have to like do like a multi thing of like push in and then pull. I think with all the gimmicks that the Tesla has, why doesn't it just like pop out the door handle for me and then I can pull it out? What is really good about the car is that it has driver profiles. When I unlock the car with my phone, with my card, it obviously has everything set to me. So it has my heating set to me, it has obviously the wing mirrors set to me, seat position, wheel position, all of that all set to me. And also it's really good that my Spotify is then linked to me as well. But the radio is not linked. So I have to listen to the annoying radio station that my husband listens to when I want to be listening to my radio station. If you're driving a Tesla in the UK countryside, you will know the annoyance of the beeping. Teslas are not built for UK countryside roads. There's nothing worse when you drive on a 60-mile-an-hour road. The roads are really narrow, and obviously we do drive closer to maybe the curbside, but obviously it's not a curb because it ends up to being a grass verge. It beeps at you non-stop. It beeps at you saying that you're going to go off the road. It beeps at you saying that there's obviously an obstruction there, but it's just grass. And I just think, again, with the technology, why don't you understand that these are UK roads? I'm not actually about to go off the road. I generally have to be that far over. Also, the beeping is such a pain when you're out and about. There'll be cars parked on the side of the road and you'll probably be like 20 meters away from it and it'll beep at you saying, warning, car there. And I don't know if there's a way you can change the sensitivity. We've not found out, and we've obviously had this car now, what, 4 years? We can't figure out how to change the sensitivity or how to turn the beeping off, because my gosh, if we could turn that beeping off, I think this would change my mindset so much. And then my final thing is with the charger. So obviously when you have your charger, the little charger flap opens up. When it's pitch black, you cannot find your charger. So, you know, like I'm in the dark because like when I get home and I want to charge the car, I don't actually have a light around me, so I'm having to guess how to like get it in. It's like a little tiny Tesla logo telling me if it's charging or not, but there should be like in the flap, to me, there should be like a little light just pointing down so I know exactly where to put in. Otherwise I'm just stabbing, and honestly it's like a guess game. Like I say, they are great cars, but I just personally don't think for me we would buy a Tesla again. Obviously, if you are thinking about buying a Tesla, take my video with a pinch of salt. Everyone wants something different out of a car. This is just my personal opinion on maybe why I regret buying my Tesla. My husband is actually really pro Tesla and he's really offended that I'm making this video.
A lot of people are regretting their decision of buying an EV because there's just too many things that they did not expect. For instance, the EV door handles. Some people like them, but other people really dislike them. Because door handles on normal cars work just as well. Why the need to change them? And sometimes, like this lady said, when in the dark, you cannot even find where the handles are, and that could be quite inconvenient. Another thing that's kind of deceiving about EVs is comparing to a gas car. On a gas car, if they tell you you're going to get 500 miles on the tank of gas, that's what you're going to get. But with EVs, that's not the case at all. For instance, some EVs claim they can get 300 miles on a full charge, but in actuality, under normal road conditions, that's not the case at all. Because if you have anything on, like your heating system or AC or even your music, the battery just gets drained fast. So when they claim they can get 300 miles on the full charge, it's more like 240 and sometimes even less when you accelerate often on the road. And that causes quite a lot of inconvenience to people because some people buy these cars under the impression that they can get 300 miles, but only to find out later that they've been kind of deceived, and imagine how upset they are. This is why a lot of people are regretting their EV purchases, and you see so many used EVs on the market.